I need to hurry up and open this so I can see if any of y'all in here. Hey y'all, sorry. um, who's in here? Glenn Travia, hey boo, CJ Harris, Grace Khan. How are you? I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there, child. I I just started this live because I was sitting here. I actually got on IG live, but it wasn't a lot of people on there. So I was like, maybe I should just start it on my YouTube because there's way more people. But I'm actually working on content for you guys right now. But I wanted to like check in and see one how the people's holiday go, how they feeling, all that jazz. But then two, what are y'all watching? What do y'all want me to talk about? Because of course, Sisters Kingdom Business a top priority right now, but I'm also working on Christmas content and like some of the Christmas films that I'm watching. So I want to know what y'all want to watch or what you're excited about, what you heard about, but you're not sure about. And then also what other shows. So like another show that I'm watching is Black Cake on Hulu. Hey Jamal, welcome in. Hey Dominic. And I love it. And I'm like, I really want to talk about it, but I'm like, I don't know how many people are watching it. And I don't know if it's worthwhile for me to put the time and effort into creating content for it. So like, yeah, that's what this chat is about. And then anything else that you want to talk about. Oh, happy birthday. That's so dope. Happy birthday to you. Incredible. I hope that your midterms went well. I know you were studying and like really locked in. So I hope that all is well on the school front. I hope you enjoy your birthday and have a good time. I hope the holidays are treating you well. You get to see everybody on your birthday since it's so close to Thanksgiving. So that's really cool. I bet it's stressful. The preparation for your stuff, your exams and stuff is stressful, but it's worthwhile. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. I would actually go back to college in a heartbeat. Like, college was a time, but I also went to undergrad in New Orleans. So, baby, a time was had. It was hard though because I was pre-med at the time, so I get it. I get things being a bit crazy, but it's gonna be worth it, and you just have to stay the course, keep doing what you're doing. You got this. Yes, everybody wish Dominic a happy birthday. That's so dope. I'm glad I was able to catch you and be live. This is so random because I was like, I'm just gonna go live since I'm sitting here anyway, and I'm like pulling screenshots and working on content, child. So yeah, y'all tell me one how your holidays went, how you feeling, but then also tell me what you watching, what you excited about. Like, yoga sis need to know. Catch me up. What's tea? What's tea? um. Yes, Kingdom Business is really good, but no Kingdom Business spoilers for me for this most recent episode, which is episode 5. I think, because I haven't watched it yet. I have literally, like, you cannot watch any new Kingdom Business videos until you get these people the last 2 breakdowns that you have yet to do yet. So I cannot watch a new episode, which I've already in the Discord, you know, people are already tipping me off like, oh, it's a doozy. I'm like, work then reward. So no current Kingdom Business spoilers, but yes, Dominic, you got to catch up because baby, it's good. Did I enjoy my Thanksgiving? So technically I feel like I don't celebrate Thanksgiving just because of all of the horrible implications and history that comes along with it, and especially now with what's going on currently in the Middle East, and those indigenous people being ethnically cleansed, it just didn't feel right. So you'll notice that I haven't, like, I popped on IG yesterday and wished everybody a happy, I'm grateful for my life and the people that's in it, but I also put respect on indigenous people's name, and I don't play about imperialism, colonialism, or chasteness. Like, that's my happy Thanksgiving. This is like a long-winded way to answer your question. The day was hella chill for me. I enjoyed it in the way that I wanted to. Like, I didn't go back home, so I was by myself with my dog, and we went and did a couple hikes and, like, really just got to chill and vibe out. I got rest, which I'm appreciative of. But, like, for me, Thanksgiving has, like, a little asterisk on it just because of the state of our world and our country. So, yeah. But for the most part, like, it was a good day. It was a solid, like, I feel good. I was rested. I ate what I wanted to eat. I ate what I wanted to eat. I thought about, like, cooking the whole thing. I was like, but my favorite things are, like, macaroni and cheese and stuffing. So, like, that's all I made. Well, I also made some, like, salmon. But, like, I didn't do the whole spread just out of, like, tradition's sake, which was cool because, one, I don't eat turkey anyway, but I'm the type of person who will cook everything and then be trying to give out food and whatnot. I didn't go and do too much. Like, that's what I'm, like, most proud of. I didn't exhaust myself or do a bunch of ridiculousness just for the sake of, like, this is what we usually do. Like, I literally yesterday did everything that I wanted to do. So, can't complain. How about you? How was your Thanksgiving? I was like, happy Thanksgiving. If y'all notice, y'all hear me say, like, happy holidays over, like, certain questionable, holidays. I'm the same way around, like, Columbus Day and everything. When we got, like, questionable histories around stuff, I'm just like, eh. You feel the same way, Grace? The best part about it is, like, you get time off to be with your family. So, like, I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to articulate it moving forward. Because I do enjoy the time of, like, being able to get together with family and eat and, like, just catch up and have a good time. But I definitely want to detach it from what we have set as society as this holiday, especially with the history that it comes with. I'm gonna be right back. What are your thoughts on the strike is over? Yeah, so SAG strike is over, and my thoughts are it's kind of a mess right now, y'all. Like, just to be quite honest, it's a mess. The actors contract is not a great one. It's not. The writers got a really, really, really amazing contract. Like, they've got some historic wins, and the actors, it's just not the case. And the biggest sticking point, and the part that I'm most scared of, and I'm not even a part of the union yet, but I was definitely looking to join, and I'm auditioning for projects that's going to force me to join, if I book them. The AI section of this contract is just a show, and there's really no protections for the basic working actor. Like, that the contract that they got literally works in the favor of A-list actors pretty much only. And it hangs out to dry the 140,000 other working actors who are not household names. And it's really, really unfortunate. It puts them in a precarious situation. Like, for me, I'm having clauses drawn up that I will have added to any contracts that I have when I book a role now, because, like, specifically for AI, because there's no real protections right now built into the contract for AI, I'm drafting up clauses or having clauses drafted up for me that I'm going to, once I book the role, like, hey, this is what I need. This needs to have the language in here so that it will protect me. And ultimately, like, it's my right to do that, right? But it's also the studio or the producers or the director or whoever's right to see that and be like, oh, no, you're too difficult. We're just not going to hire you. If you don't allow us to scan your likeness and keep your synthetic likeness and use it whenever we want to for the rest of eternity, then you can't have this role. And personally, I don't think that that's okay. But that's just kind of where we're at. So it was a lot better in reference to morale and excitement when the writer's strike ended, because they had actually done everything really well and just won such amazing protections and great things for pretty much all members. The actors, though, it's just not the same deal, and it's almost like a black cloud hanging over this deal right now. And there's a lot of infighting. There's a lot of working actors that are campaigning right now for other actors to vote no for this deal because it's not a good situation for the majority of actors. The thing about the strike ending, like that, the thought is that it will be good that the strike ends, but the whole point of the strike is because actors and writers were not being paid appropriately, weren't getting health care and pensions and protections that they're supposed to have, like against AI. So for the writers, they won not having to write AI scripts and not having their scripts that they have previously written used to train AI so that they wouldn't be needed moving forward. And a producer could just say, write a script like Erica Turnbull in this tone, write a drama thriller, and it just spit out something that I would have written because they fed it all the scripts that I have already written, right? There's rules and language against that to protect them. And that's when the strike ended. For the actors, they should honestly still be on strike right now because the language is not there to actually protect them. It feels like they just accepted something after over 100 days and they were already still fighting. They basically, it kind of feels like, and I hate to say this, but it kind of feels like they gave up. So it's not necessarily a good thing just that the strike is over if they don't win the things that they need to protect them. Like the way that it is right now, we could definitely see an industry where 50 to 60% of the actors are put out of work in 4 years because they have done however many projects over the course of this contract, which each contract lasts 3 years, right? So for the next 3 years, we're shooting projects. There's like thousands of projects each year that go into production. And if every actor is getting scanned on every project, and you can use that synthetic scan for any project moving forward and not pay or barely pay the actor, then once it comes to year 4 and you want to use this actor, but you don't want to actually have to, have a trailer for them and coordinate this and like raise their rate because they've done more projects or whatever, you just get their synthetic likeness and you use that to make your film. And now that actor never even gets to work again because the producers or studios are fine with just using their synthetic likeness. That's why this particular strike for the actors and writers was so important, because this is a pivotal time to make specific, clear communication and language around what is okay and what is not okay, what is protected against and what's not protected against, because AI is like the wild, wild west right now, and it's going to put a lot of people out of work. I hope that answered your question. I feel like it was so super long-winded, but that's my thoughts on that. Oh, you've been saying Happy Friendsgiving? Yes, I love that. I love that. It was okay like every holiday. Thanks for asking. Just okay? What would you need to make it like spectacular? And if you're new and just popping in, we're just talking about life. You can ask me whatever questions you want to ask me. I'm supposed to be creating content for y'all right now, so I just turned on this live. And I want to know what people are currently watching that I might not be watching, or like that's coming soon that you will hope that I'm watching and you want me to talk about. So this is the perfect time to share that. Can y'all hear me okay too? Because I think it's all right. The meter is showing well. I didn't test anything. I literally just started this live and was like, all right, we're here. Hey, Robin. How are you, love? Happy holidays. Let me check this out. Good. We're good to go. I have like 3 monitors, y'all, so y'all gonna see me looking over and whatnot. The Black Hamptons. Okay, so like, can we talk about my beef with the Black Hamptons? Because I was going to start watching it when it first came out last year in like August. But they only have 4 episodes, and that's all they plan to. And it made me so mad because I was like, 4 episodes? What the hell is this? So I never watched it. And now they're coming back with season 2, and I'm like, okay, y'all got another season, so I gotta talk about it. So now I gotta go back and watch the 4 episodes, and then y'all coming with season 2. But is the season 2 only gonna have 4 episodes? Because it's pissing me off. Honestly, like I watched Legacy. I don't know if y'all watched that on BT Plus. I haven't talked about it because I was like, okay, I'm waiting for the next episodes to come out. They dropped 3 episodes and dropped nothing else. Vin Rames is the lead. Like, it's giving really good drama, gangsta, you know, whoop-de-whoop. And it dropped 3 episodes and then they just disappeared. And I don't like that. Don't ghost me. Where's the content? But so many people have said that Black Hamptons is good. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the list, child. We're gonna go ahead and confirm that because I already had it in my spirit that I needed to do it because they coming back, I think, either on the 2nd or the 7th. I can't remember, but we gonna watch it. So I need to do the first season, which, I mean, it's only 4 episodes. So cool. And then new episodes when they drop. I can give you that. The only 4 episode season of something that I absolutely love and still rave about and still just like tell everybody about, there's this show on Netflix called You Don't Know Me, and Naya told me about it. It's a British drama, but you know, it's still like you can understand it. And when I tell you that show is so good and it's only 4 episodes, but it is so good. It is sold out. It is so specific. And I love me a protagonist black male who love his black woman and is going to go to the ends of the earth to make sure she okay. Like, I love a black man in love and like ready to risk it all. And that's what that show gives, honey. So if y'all, you know, looking for something quick to watch, 4 hours out your life to get your life, You Don't Know Me on Netflix. It's that girl. But keep it coming, y'all. What else y'all watching? And hey, everybody who are just joining. I'm picking up a couple people. Like, y'all just kicking and chilling on this Good Friday. I'm supposed to be pulling screenshots and prepping to edit. I got a bunch of sisters videos I gotta do. Did y'all watch Tyler Perry's documentary? Maxine's Baby, the Tyler Perry story? And if you did, how you feel about it? Yeah, okay, so y'all got me on Blood and Water. And it's on my second channel. I have videos for Blood and Water on my second channel. If you don't know, I have a second channel called Erica Vane TV 2. Where it's like less produced content. Like, not less produced, but like it's less edited. It's more raw. But it's still similar to the same tone of what I have going on here. And I have a whole playlist for Blood and Water over there. I'm gonna link it right now for y'all. I love that show. Y'all were like on my head about it. And I finally watched it and got hooked. The Lawrence Report. Hey, boo, welcome in. Yes. So that's what I was talking about at first. I watched Black Cake and I wasn't sure if I should do videos about it because I wasn't sure how many people were watching it. But it's so good. It's so good. And I was on the phone with a friend like an hour ago and they asked me if they should watch and I'm like, yeah. And they were like, well, what is it about? And I try to describe it, but because I don't want to give away plot points, I don't feel like I describe it well. But it's like a really dope mystery drama that follows the life of a woman who passes in the first episode, who was a mom, but her kids don't really know her full past and her full self. And she has a very peppered, like history of how she got to where she is. And then also the siblings have beef within each other, but her story of like how she went through life is just so interesting. And the mystery part that comes into it is like a couple deaths happen, there's a couple of crimes, and those things are used to shield her and protect her, so that she can basically survive. It's kind of like a mystery survival narrative, and it jumps back and forth in time, but we get to see her story play out after she passed, when she left some voice recordings for her children so that they could finally know all of her truth. That's the best way I could do it without giving y'all any spoilers. And it's really good. It's what makes it really great to me is the writing is incredible. And then Hulu did not spare any expense with giving it a very authentic and specific feel. Like, so much of it was shot in Jamaica. The main character is a Chinese Jamaican mixed race girl. Her dad is a Chinese immigrant. But like the patois is specific, and it's real. The colors and like the choices for cinematography is just so spot on. It's really good. The author is Charmaine Wilkerson. Oh, it's a book? I didn't know it was a book. Y'all, I don't be reading as much as I used to. One of my best friends love a book. Oh, it's a book. That's probably also why it's freaking incredible. We need to get back to turning more books into movies. I like it. I kind of want to read it after I finish watching the show. But it's good, and it's on Hulu. What do you think about this so far, the Lawrence Report, without giving any spoilers? Like, how do you feel about it? And should I do videos about it? Like, are people, looking for that? Okay. This person got like about 4,000 views from a video she did on it. Okay, some people checking for it. Maybe I should, because I really enjoy the show. The Lawrence Report says, I love it. Very deep to me. I see a lot of people talking about it. Where are they talking about it at? Because y'all ain't talking about it enough on YouTube. It don't be popping up on my homepage or nothing. My friend did say the same thing. Like, he's like, I'm seeing this all over Instagram. And I'm like, why the hell ain't I seeing it? I've talked with another writer friend about it. Maybe I should make some black cake videos. That makes sense. I feel like once the story is told, it's like really not really anywhere else that you can go from there, because it's really just revealing the mama's story, and she dies in episode 1, which is not a spoiler, y'all. Because it happens in like the first 3 minutes. Unless like you can start to care about the kids, and then it would become a whole other thing unless they found a way to like make the kids have a whole bunch of secrets too. Like, I feel like that daughter who been missing in action for the last 8 years, she might have some things. But I could see why it's a limited series. I watched 3 episodes of Black Cake. I have to get back to it. Me too. I was on episode 3 too. Like, I've been taking my time because it's just so good, and I'll be wanting to, like, I'll go and I'll make a snack, child, and I will, make me a nice little, like, virgin mojito or something, and I will curl up and, like, watch. It's like that. It's like an experience. Watching Black Cake is like an experience, and you gotta pay attention. Child, I enjoy it. I'm glad it's more than 5 episodes, because when it first premiered, one friend was like, "Oh, it's only 5 episodes," and I was like, "Oh, not again." But from what I see, like, they at least have 8. Yes, Biddy got secrets, girl. I'm like, girl, this is a lot. Also, I only watched up to episode 3, so again, no spoilers for me. But I'm like looking at the attorney like, "Sir, you more than an attorney." But we gonna have to see. Kingdom Business is about the family that leads a mega church in Atlanta, and what happens with their life once they like kind of like cross paths with basically a stripper also in Atlanta. Now, her best friend and stripping co-worker is killed, and the pastor of the church is tied to that, and a bunch of other secrets start to come out of like the underbellies of Atlanta and all of the things that this family has going on. That's the best way I could describe that without giving it away. I gotta do better with my little elevator pitches for these shows, because I don't know if that's helping. Does that make sense? Does that make you want to watch? I gotta figure out how to sell. One of the best things about Kingdom Business for me, though, is the will they, won't they with Taj and Rebel. Like, I'm really enjoying that. Yes, it's messy. It's messy boots over there. Yes. Well, he's one of them. And I think this season he directed an episode. Why is this not saving? What else y'all watching or looking forward to watching? I like need to do my breakdowns for the last 2 episodes that I missed, so I can go and watch this new episode, because I'm like chomping at the bit to see if what they showed the end of last episode is really what it is. The sales pitch for the show is giving. Yes, they go back into production in December, and it's looking like they're gonna have an April premiere date. All American, that is, y'all. That's what they're talking about. All American. I'm very interested to see what they cooked up. For All American this season, we gonna see, child. We gonna see. Okay, so I gotta do 3 and 4. Let me pull 3 right now. Are y'all excited for the next season of All American? And if so, what do you want to see them do? I know that they really back filming once I see Michael cut all that damn hair off his face. He giving Wolfman, from what I could tell, most recently. 2, 3. Oh, I already got photos. Okay, so I don't need that, actually. Oh wait, no, I don't. I do not have photos for that stuff. You excited for the lives we about to have? Um, I'm gonna have them. For right now, I'm gonna have them. Now we gonna see if they stay. Cause Lord, you know they be working my damn nerves. But I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there for the first 3 episodes of the season at least. I got y'all on that, and then it's up to them on what they decide to do with those 3 hours of my life that I'm going to give them, in the hopes that they turn it all around. I don't know if it's 10 episodes. I think it's 13. They have 13. Homecoming has 13, and the network itself is now making that the mandate across the board. So like all shows are getting 13. They're dropping their whole 20 episode model. The CW is dropping the ball, but you know, I digress. Let me make sure I didn't already take these photos. Jesus, this is a lot of photos. All right. Okay, cool. Child 6 hours for AAHC. I'm locked in for AAHC the whole thing, I think. Well, I don't know, because Peyton might. I'll say this. AAHC has me with a bigger commitment. Like, I will jump ship on the original before I will jump ship on Homecoming. Homecoming got a little bit more leeway for me. All American is on the CW. Gen V, baby. I love that show so much. And I enjoyed The Boys, but The Boys is like a lot. Like, it could be a lot. And I didn't necessarily always enjoy The Boys. But I feel like Gen V is my perfect, like, mixture of The Boys, like, outraged narrative and, like, confronting superhero culture, celebrity culture with social, political, identity conversations from a younger perspective. Like, Gen V is, I feel like it's even better than The Boys. Thank you, Savannah. It's not even a sewing girl. It is definitely a wig, honey. But thank you. Yeah, I really enjoy Gen V. And I wanted to make videos about that. I don't know what stopped me from making videos about it. Probably me just getting in my head. Because I be in my head a lot, y'all. I be like imposter syndroming myself down. Like telling myself goofy ass stories that are just not the truth. And sometimes, I ain't even gonna hold you, sometimes I get a little bit intimidated. When not just like I'll watch major things like that, but like have a broader audience, because my niche is like our stuff, for us, by us. When it comes into like white media, especially on this platform, I get a little bit overly cautious about adding my perspective to the conversation. Like, I really wanted to do commentary on The Last of Us, but there's so many other big white creators that like get millions of views on videos talking about it, and I'm like, well, what the hell else can I say, and what the hell else can I add? And I'm definitely working through that. Like, this is just being 100% honest and very transparent in this moment. I gotta do a better job with that, but I feel like maybe that's some of that was probably happening with Gen V as well, because I watched it faithfully, but I just didn't talk about it publicly. All right, let me send this to... I'm going to try to pull screenshots while we talking, y'all, but I don't want it to send the audio here. Okay. It gave a lot of insight, especially with the interview and how certain stuff is scripted from jump. Yeah. I think that they're doing a great job having a socio-political conversation around celebrity culture. And the fact that they're doing it in these superhero bodies is also confronting like our obsession as of late with celebrities. So I think it's brilliant. Nah, I like this, Erica, so much better. I know that you mean that as like a compliment. However, it could definitely be taken as not so much. Wait, I thought I pulled these pictures already, and I'm not taking offense to it. That is a very real part of me. I think people are not one thing. Right now I'm like working and like just chit chatting with you guys, but the way I am with sisters is also the way I am with like All American. It's the way I am when I'm like really invested in a show and I see myself in something. I get very passionate. I get very emotional. I get very vocal. I get very ranty about it. And that might not be for everybody. That's cool. But I'm not embarrassed or ashamed of anything I put out there, because clearly I put it out there and it is a very real part of me. In most cases, it's like the realest part of me because it's the most honest reaction in the moment. Moments like this are honestly more calculated and more strategic. I know you meant it as a compliment, so I'm not taking it as any shade. I'm just trying to articulate the full scope of it in reference to receiving it. Moments like this, like honestly, I could break out into a rant. Like if Dominic was to bring up something specific, like if we was to talk about Vegas and All American, I might become unhinged real quick. And that's a very real part of me. So like, if you're not comfortable with that, then, you know, I might not be the content creator for you, because it's a very real part of me. I say that like this moment is a little bit more strategic and calculated because I'm currently working on video. So like I'm like writing and pulling screenshots. So my attention is a little bit divided. I don't really have anything to get emotionally excited or super passionate about right now. But so this is like, yes, a much calmer version of Erica, but I'm not really talking about nothing. I'm not really deeply invested per se in the conversation. So I would just say, like, if you prefer this, Erica, I don't know. I really might not be the content creator for you, because in my content, I typically try to create content about stuff that I actually really care about, whether I'm frustrated with it in the moment or disappointed or really excited or really proud. I'm a very animated and dramatic person. Like my family and friends would tell anybody that. I watch some of the stuff back and I'm like, girl, you making all these faces like, girl. And it's like, I was on the phone with my homegirl the other day and I was like, oh, I'm like wild. And she's like, yes, you are. We'll be on FaceTime and you be doing everything that you're doing on these lives. You literally be doing that. And I just be like, girl. So I don't know. You're not going to get this a ton. Like you probably would get more of this on my personal channel when I'm like more in my head about things and like processing and giving the camera less of my attention, and you're more so just like the camera is just there to catch a moment, but I'm not like giving anything to it. That's probably where you would get more of this like calmer Erica. But within my content, honestly, I'm probably always gonna be very excitable and honest and dramatic, and I'm okay with that, you know. Um, yeah. But I get it. I get how some people could be uncomfortable with it. I would ask, like, I would, if I were you, I would ask myself, like, what about over the top, unhinged Erica makes me uncomfortable or makes me not like her as much as I want to like her, if that's the case. I don't know what the language is because you only gave me a little bit to go off of. But I would ask myself that, and I'm only telling you to do that because I wonder if you're not as comfortable with it because there's parts of you that wants to be a little bit louder, a little bit more boisterous, a little bit more in people's face. And you might have a problem with it when you see it in me because it's not something that you've been able to express or do on your side. Now, I don't know you from Sam. I don't know if that's the case, but it could be something that's worth exploring. But go back to my All American videos because I'll be unhinged. Like All American, I feel like is the the epitome. Y'all got Erica up, and I think Dominic could tell you. They will be counting down in my lives for that. They will be like, breathe, Erica, please breathe. Every like 15 minutes. Woo, All American be having me so unhinged. No, because I was watching the Kiss live on All American Homecoming, let me tell you. The quote was, anyone can get it tonight. I can still love you tomorrow. Hell, even after this live, but your ass can still get it. Yes, like, and I just am who I am. But also, you know, this side is a thing. Like when I'm trying to focus and like, I do have this reflective, like deeper, gentler side as well. It just depends, honestly. But again, I'm not taking offense to it. I understand that you meant it as a compliment. I completely understand your intentions. And I get that. Every so often I get like, I prefer if you don't do this, and I prefer if you don't do that. And I'm just like, well, I'm just being me, babe. So if you prefer me to not, then maybe go find who is naturally doing the thing. Not you specifically, but like, this is what I've responded to people before. Go find people who are naturally doing the things that you want to see and not doing the things that you don't want to see so that you don't have to ask people to change. Dominic says very unhinged. So unhinged. What I will say though is like, even with that, I have reeled it in a little bit more. So like All American today doesn't get the same energy from me that it would have, but that's just because I'm a little bit less invested. But when I'm really invested and I care, when these characters might as well be my cousins, my sisters, my brothers, when I root for my homegirl to get her love, or I root for like, I don't know what to tell y'all. I think I was the same way with P Valley, but the difference is with P Valley, it gave me more story-wise, like within the writing and within the cinematography, it gave me more space to also be very analytical, which is another part of me. So like I got a little unhinged, but it wasn't necessarily for the characters. It was more so like figuring out the stories, you know, as it was like unfolding. So I'm actually glad you made that point because I don't think I have been able to in one space like articulate my thoughts on that particular critique of me, and I've gotten it before. So thank you for that. How do I enable this? Same when Kobe sees Asher winning. Period. Um, I'm trying to see. How do I? Oh, here we go. On, child. This needs to be on. No problem. Thank you to Demetria for making that note. I hope I didn't offend you. I hope you don't feel, away. Um, I need to figure out. It gives me this warning. Sorry, my stream is giving me this warning of like a low bit rate, and I never know what that means. So much of this is like learning. So let me know if you're still here, Demetria, and if you're not feeling away by my response. How to secure streaming bitrate OBS. Y'all, so much of my damn journey is like trial and error, figuring it out. So much of this stuff that I'm doing now is like so self-taught. And I swear I be feeling like a fish out of water, well out of my dang on depths. And just doing my damn best, honey. Oh, I do have photos. I know I did these photos already. Like, why am I redoing these photos? Okay, great. Do I have episode 4 photos? Because I should be able to. Oh, yeah. I only have 4 of them, so I can do that. All right. I'm like, I'm sitting up here recreating these damn photos. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. If you don't mind me asking, Demetria, what is it about me not being calm with sisters conversations do you dislike? If there's anything that you could specifically speak to. Episode 4. Okay. No, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Yo, Danita's mama on freaking Kingdom Business is a trip. Oh, crap. Okay. Now I can let this. Okay. Saying we have to put on our positive glasses. Happy to hear your thoughts. Honestly, I'm excited for All American Homecoming. I was excited for All American Homecoming. I'm not excited for Peyton to like dial back his role. Like, I don't know what that looks like. Cause like so many of the characters, well, not so many, cause that's a little dramatic, Erica. I don't know if they have enough. We don't even know if Camille is coming back. Like, it's not enough there without Peyton. Like, JR is cool and all, but JR and Gabby don't give, honestly. I mean, they give in reference to, like, the aesthetic, but story-wise, like, being fully invested in, like, having some deep conflict that he's battling against, right? Like, it just don't give. He, his biggest conflict was with Peyton and his jealousy of him, or with Damon and his jealousy and the brother thing. But again, that's tied to Peyton. Like, Nate, I don't know if they're going to go full blown, like, love story and, like, bump them up to, a more pivotal role. That could be something. But let's say we don't have Camille. So then, like, Thea was right up there in reference to what I felt like were just really, really strong stories tied to grounded characters. Simone is annoying the hell out of me. So I'm, like, less invested in what the hell she got going on. I don't know. Like, I just don't know where they're going to go from here. Unless they're going to bring in some new person that's just going to catch us by storm real quick and, like, have us invested. It's not looking good, I fear. And if y'all see me looking off to the side, I'm, like, pulling screenshots right now. So, don't mind me. I'm still paying attention to the chat. What is the disease going to affect JR in his relationship with his girlfriend? But how? She feels like she's a ride or die. She feels like she's in there. She's there for the right reason. She's going to stand beside him so he going to get sick and she going to be there. Like, I don't see what the conflict is going to be. Damon is now made peace with the daddy, so it ain't going to be no conflict there when the daddy do come around. Dominic, I cannot wait for you to watch Kingdom Business because I think that you are going to be obsessed with Rebel and Taj the way that I'm obsessed with Rebel and Taj. You already know, like, I love Simone, but also, girl, you get on my damn nerves. Says it with our whole chest. I think I'm more nervous about the All-American story because they've had 5 seasons to do what they have done. But that doesn't mean that All-American Homecoming is out of the woods. Like, I'm very concerned. Like, what you gonna do with Coach Turner with Auntie Amara? Like, basically, she's gonna have to step down as president, or maybe they just have her less involved, even though she stays president. Like, I don't understand. The wife come back, and we gonna get to see them deal with the wife situation for 3 episodes. It's Anita and Bishop, child. What Christmas movies are we watching? Are we Christmas movie people? I am, because my mama love them. So I typically be watching them with her, but I don't think I'm going home for the holidays, but we still gonna watch things virtually. So I got to come up with a list of what we gonna tackle this year. I think we didn't watch every single BET Plus Christmas movie, but we watched a good deal of them. And it's really dope because my mama is like a Hallmark lady and a Lifetime lady, but you know, it's like sprinkles of us over there. Last year, BET Plus like changed the game of like giving us a bunch, just like so many Christmas movies. I already said I wanted to watch the one with Brandy on Netflix because I watch everything Brandy. Are y'all watching or checking for any of them? Okay, one time, you get the impression that I was scholarship for a comment made by someone that's topic and I didn't at all ignorance. Yeah, I do speak about that a lot with the sisters. Hold on, let me focus on this. Pause that real quick. I do speak on colorism within the sisters audience because I feel like it's just so very prevalent over there. And I do believe sometimes we don't know what we don't know, and we all have blind spots. Even I have blind spots. So I could have been wrong with saying a comment that you made might have been rooted in colorism. You would have to remind me of what the comment was for me to know what my motives in responding in that way was. And I'm sorry if that hurt I'm sorry if it bothered you, hurt your feelings, and you feel like it's not true. I don't know you, so I could be completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? like you also kind of got to take it with a grain of salt. I think and this is something that me and Allie talk about a lot. We have to balance not just what y'all see in reference to the content and forward facing, like what we put in front of you on these lives and when we come and talk to you guys, but we are bombarded constantly with rhetoric privately as well. And that's something that we carry with us, and it informs like how we interact with audiences specific to whatever shows that we're talking about as we move through it. Like Dominic knows specifically for like All American example, like a lot of my All American audience knows, like I was harassed and bullied behind my opinions about a character, and this character is a biracial light menace, and I happen to be a dark-skinned Black woman, and not everybody who had beef with me about my opinions might have been coming from a place of colorism, but a lot of them felt a lot more comfortable being ageist, being texturist, being colorist in what they were saying and the things that they will call me because of how I looked. And I think that the same thing happens within the sisters universe. I also don't think that enough of us have taken time to unpack some of the ideals that we get indoctrinated with in our society. So we perpetuate certain things and we continue to use language not understanding where the root of that is, even if we don't have that intention behind it. But we say it because we know it, or we say it because a bunch of other people say it. So again, you have to tell me what the statement was for me to further like unpack it. But my goals are not to offend people. I am trying to be honest, and at times I'm okay with being confrontational, especially when we're having a colorism conversation, because people just aren't. And I've experienced certain things my entire life, and enough is enough. I don't give about people's feelings when it comes to like protecting that particular thing. But my goal is never to just like be completely offensive and hurtful. My goal is to be honest. My goal is to stand on business with what I believe and what I think. And my goal is to hopefully put people in positions to think a little bit deeper about whatever the thing is that we're talking about. So hope that helps. I don't know if that helps, but I get it. I could get why you're like, oh, I like this Erica better. Because even with that, like the chat is moving so fast, and like I feel very pulled thin. I don't get to keep up with all of the people in the chat. So you, in this moment, I can see how you would prefer this better, because I can even, it's so like low pressure, low stakes. It's kind of free. So I can spend a little time and like unpack something, or like we can have a further conversation in the sisters conversation, because things are happening so quickly and people are talking about all types of things, and I'm trying to stay on top of it. I'm trying to keep up, but also trying to move it along. Sometimes I will respond to something and not necessarily give it as much time to breathe, or enough time for, again, us to unpack it or go back and forth. So that makes sense. That makes sense of why you might prefer this version of Erica better. You should follow my personal channel, because I'm going to be doing more talks like this and like unpacking the deeper meanings in my thought process behind specific things that I say. So, and then also you can always hit me up. Like, people experience this Erica when they come to me respectfully, child. Because there's a bunch of people who don't. But like, you DM me, I will respond. Like, you know, I send people voice notes all the time. They ask me a question, or they say I said something and they didn't understand, or it hurt their feelings, or this happened and you just want, like, I've gotten people like, this happened and I just want you to know that I didn't mean it this way. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry, I didn't realize at the time, and like we've actually talked through it. So yeah, hopefully that helps. And if you want to experience more of this, Erica, maybe follow me on social and then follow my personal channel. I get that, like, in the sister chat, it's not really the most easiest place to fully dive into all of this. But, like, if you ever feel away, you can respectfully hit me up and, like, say, like, I think you got it wrong in this regard, Erica, especially when it comes to me, because I didn't mean it this way, or I didn't say this to say this. Like, I don't have a problem having that conversation ever. Oh, cool. You didn't take it personal because you're still listening. That's dope, because a lot of people haven't. Or, yeah, they've stopped. But then I've also noticed that some people have come back. There's some people who think I don't remember that said some nasty things to me. Just such nasty things. And then they pop back up in my audience, or they create a new page after I blocked them. And they think I don't know. But I know. Which one is better in my opinion? Almost or This Christmas? That is it hard? I don't want to choose. They both are good and, like, solid. Well, actually, I enjoy both of them, but if I could only watch one for the rest of my life, it would be This Christmas, because I really do enjoy This Christmas. Like, I think it is good. Where is times where Erica said some things and me didn't understand? I'll ask in a private message or in Discord. Yeah. Yeah, that's how we actually got closer. Dominic. Well, a lot of the people who I've, like, met online and, like, have grown in community with, they've, like, hit me up. Child, this is loud. How do I mute this? Can I mute this? But I appreciate you being so open and honest about how you feel. Yeah, I would definitely pick This Christmas over Almost Christmas, but I would want to watch both because they're both very funny, like, really funny. You know what I like? The franchise I like? I like the Mary Little franchise on Lifetime with Kelly Rowland and Brisha Webb. I think Corbin Reed in there too? I really like that one. I hope that they do another one. They've done 3 thus far, and then they took a break last year, and Brisha's pregnant now. I'm wondering if they're going to come back and do another. Yes, Regina King. She oils up that flow and she go to work. You dang on Skippy. Hilarious. Hey, Perspective Plans. Hey, boo, how are you? We just sitting here shooting the breeze, talking about what we watching, talk about how we feeling. I went on a whole super meta tangent about the different versions of Erica. And I'm currently, like, trying to do some work on the side while I'm live. I'm pulling screenshots of Kingdom Business because I got to catch up on these breakdowns for y'all. Y'all, I ain't even gonna hold you. Another thing that's, like, whooping my behind right now is, like, the pressure I feel because my channel is growing. It's just growing slowly. Like, there's ebbs and flows. Like, sometimes I'll have, like, moments or months where it's, like, big growth and so much is happening, and then it'll slow down or it'll plateau. And I've been thinking for so long of, like, how I needed to do more vertical content, or at least market things vertically, or market the channel and market what I'm doing with vertical content. And I am pretty active on TikTok, so I'm, like, now creating it. It's, like, such a heavy lift to create content for all of these platforms. And I don't want to be one of those, like, creators that's like, woe is me, but it's just a lot, y'all. I'm gonna do it, but it's a lot. It's kind of taxing. Anyway, I don't even know why I said that. I'm ready to see the new Christmas movie directed by Reggie Hutton. What is that? Candy Cane. Oh, is that Lil Rel and Ludacris? That's Netflix? Is that? Hey, Playing for Keeps. I had a good holiday. It was very low key. I got to do all the things I wanted to do. Didn't do none of the things I didn't want to do. Ate pretty good. And now I'm trying to catch up on content, y'all. Did I get a picture of her putting that stupid little... Rebel was gonna get herself hurt, honey, because what are you doing? Candy Cane Lane. Oh, Eddie Murphy and Tracy Ellis Ross. That's for Netflix? Child, I gotta tighten up my little list. Okay, so which one is better, y'all? Do I do 25 Christmas movies I'm watching this Christmas season or 23 because it's 2023? Y'all get to decide. Why is my Google Home up there talking in the kitchen? Like, girl, nobody was talking to you. Please do black cake. Okay. It's on there. That is not a problem because I really enjoy it. Amazon? Is that what Tracy Ellis? Let me look it up. I'm just guessing at this point. Candy Cane Lane. Oh yeah, that is with Tracy when they got her in that horrible wig. Okay, I can do that. I need to turn over this paper. Candy Cane Lane. Comedy horror? What the hell? Christmas horror movie? Candy Cane Lane. And y'all said it's on Amazon? Wait, it's showing in theaters? The AMC Burbank is playing it. I'm so confused. So when does it it might go to like theaters first and then it streams. Is that right? I might have to look up and see when it is. I love going to the movie theaters, y'all, but like the movie theaters is not movie theatering how it used to movie theater. I went to go see Hunger Games and The Marvels on Tuesday. I was going to also go see The Killers of the Flower Moon, but that movie is 3 hours and 47 minutes long. And I said, Leonardo, I rebuke this. And when I do finally sit down and see it, it better be good. Because if you have me sitting for over 3 hours and a half. Anyway. The Marvels was just kind of okay, but it was basic. It was regurgitated, like, typical Marvel movie stuff. Nothing really innovative about it, which sucks because Nia DaCosta is such a really amazing, incredible director. I really love Tiona Paris. I didn't know old girl that plays Miss Marvel because I didn't watch that show because Disney is beating us over the head with way too much content. But I enjoyed her in the movie, and I'm not a Brie Larson fan. Like, I'm just not. So it was okay, but I fell asleep. And the Hunger Games movie was not bad. It was visually stunning. I think it was written okay. Like, it was written well, but there were certain things that stuck out to me. I feel like they rushed some things. But I left out of there like, okay, I could have waited for this to come on streaming. And then also, this is a prequel to tell us about Snow. And, like, I would think y'all would want us to empathize and care, but I still don't care about this man. I'm walking out this theater still not giving up and still saying it's on site. He's raggedy in the movies, the 4 that we already seen, and he's raggedy when he's a child before he becomes this horrible person that he is. And you telling me the backstory of how he got there did nothing for me. Only good thing about the Marvels is the end. Like the end of credit scene was the best part about it. Literally, I like Tiona and like her performance, but it was just so basic. It was so basic. Okay, y'all saying 23 Christmas movies for 2023. Okay, you see the vision. Yeah. Okay. So I started watching Found, but I'm gonna take this one on the chin, right? Because I started watching it, and it's one of those that you have to pay attention to, and I wasn't fully paying attention. So I finished the first episode, and I was just like, okay. But I feel like I missed key details, so I have to go back and rewatch it because a lot of people are like loving it, and of course NK, created it and is behind it, so we want to support her. But I have not watched past the first episode. So I got to go back, recalibrate, focus, watch it, and then I could actually speak on it. I think in theory, like what they're giving us is solid and like innovative and in a very interesting story to tell. I just wasn't sucked in with my first viewing. But again, I was distracted viewing. So yeah, let me go ahead and put Found back on this because I kind of forgot about it. But I did have this conversation in DMs with somebody who was like, Erica, are you watching? And I was just like, no, it didn't catch me. Found. But a lot of people are like really enjoying Found right now. Hallmark has a calendar on their website of their Christmas movie releases. There's several Black Christmas movies to be released. Oh, I gotta check it out. I mean, I watch any good movie, but I definitely prioritize consuming our content just because we need the eyeballs. So much of our stuff gets skipped over and we don't get the same considerations. Oh, it comes to streaming on December 1st. So right now it's in theaters. That's why it's showing in Burbank. Candy Cane Lane is. Okay. I wonder if Amazon is releasing another season of With Love, because I really enjoy that show. Oh, well, technically their second season came out in June, so it wouldn't be until next year. Tia Mowry is in a Christmas movie called Yes Chef Christmas. Where is this at? Does it tell me where it's streaming? No, they didn't tell me where it's streaming. Okay, well, I guess I gotta go watch Favorite Son, because apparently they got a Christmas movie, but their show, I haven't finished it. Tatiana Ali is in the holiday proposal. Should we just go through the list, y'all? Plan for Keeps says, I think I've given up on Marvel series. They're wasting way too much money and not giving what they should. Period. And they wasting my time. I don't have the time to watch 82 shows. I don't care about superheroes that much. And the new round of them are not giving what they supposed to give. Okay? They're just not. Now, they're just not doing it. That's the tea. Do y'all want to go through the list of Christmas movies and vote on them? On which ones I should watch and which ones I shouldn't? Dashing Through the Snow. That's the Ludacris and Lil Rel one. I don't know why they have Ludacris so dark on that movie poster, but okay. Vivica A. Fox is in Sworn Justice. Oh, a Wesley Christmas is a franchise that me and my mom started watching last year. So they got a new movie we got to get into. What then? Never Alone for Christmas. This poster look a little weird, but I love me some Erica Peoples. So we gonna watch it, y'all. We gonna watch it. So Captain Marvel is the Brie Larson movie. Then, so like the order of it will be specifically to watch the Marvels that's in theaters right now. You would need to watch Captain Marvel, then WandaVision, Miss Marvel, and Secret Invasion. Well, actually, Secret Invasion does. Yeah, Secret Invasion because of Fury, and then the Marvels. That's where they at in the timeline. The Marvels just came out in theaters, so it's like not on streaming yet. This one came out last year. I watched this one already with Deval and Eva. A Family Matters Christmas. This don't look like the Family Matters I know. Oh, these are two. I watched this last year with my mama too. A Christmas Noel. Oh, these all say 2022. Well, I guess I could go back and watch the ones I didn't watch. Let me go to Hallmark. You said Hallmark got their list out? All right. They got a lot going on this damn website. Like, what the hell? Okay, I see the holiday stocking. But I'm so distracted. Like, it got so much stuff. Ooh, okay. Wait, Christmas. Yeah, I'm clicking Christmas. Is this an ad? What the hell is that? Child, this Hallmark website is busy. I don't know where the hell to look. I just want to see a list of all their movies. I need to go to Mahogany because that's their like black imprint, I think. Gifts of Christmas. Oh, okay. Their little Christmas tab is disorganized. I just clicked the movies and they have, this is a lot better. Child, but all I'm seeing is a whole bunch of vanilla now. Christmas in Harmony. I got Luke James in it, child. We love us some Luke James. Christmas with a Kiss. Inventing the Christmas Prince. All of these are Hallmark. This is a sea of white. I also want to start seeing more multicultural stuff. So, like, where are the Latinas? Where are the Indian? Where are the Asian? Okay, we got 4. We got 4 from Hallmark. Hey, Serene. Welcome in, boo. Any movies that got you interested for 23? Yeah. I got a little list right now. Don't look at my chicken scratch. Don't judge my chicken scratch. Oh, good morning. Where are you, Tara? Why is it good morning? It's 10:50 in LA. Well, technically on the East Coast, it's like almost 2 a.m. So, unless you're in like London or something. I think I said Tara. I meant Tari. My bad. Oh, I already looked at this. I don't need this. So Fly Christmas. That's the Sheena Arnold, so we gotta watch that. This is all BET stuff now, y'all. The Christmas Ring. I wish they had freaking movie posters with this. Okay, BET only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 new movies for this holiday season. 13 is still a lot, so it's not like only, but why don't they have freaking movie posters? Alright, I gotta do a little bit more research. Oh, Tennessee. Oh, well, that's East Coast time. That's like really early. What you doing up this late? Good night. See you on the next one. Appreciate you, Dominic. It's like roll call for my days is crazy. No, you're fine. You've been studying, doing what you got to do, okay? Doing what you gotta do. You just finished watching the Tyler Perry documentary. Wasn't it brilliant? Like, it was really good. And honestly, oh, you at work? Okay. Get that money, child. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Tyler. But I felt bad. I feel bad because I didn't realize to the extent that people were just like mistreating him and just talking such trash about him. Like, one of the things that was said that sticks out to me and like it just hit me in my gut, and it wasn't even said about me, but like them saying that he was making malt liquor media or like malt liquor cinema, I was just like, that is just so racially charged and some bullshit, if you ask me. Like, I have my critiques around, you know, Russian particular content and repetitive ass dialogue and all of that. But even with my critiques of him, it's because I know it could be better and I actually care about the media. Like, I think it's a different thing when people are like criticizing and chastising from somebody from a place that you don't actually understand what this is and you don't care about it. You don't care about who it affects. You don't care about who it represents. So you just hurling these nasty ass comments to just be completely hurtful. And at the end of the day, if Tyler Perry did not walk into his purpose and do all that he has done, we would still be we're underserved still, but we would be so drastically more underserved as African Americans in Hollywood. Like, he literally has kicked down the door for us to be able to tell a plethora of stories, and not all of them motherfuckers are going to be Oscar winners, and that's fine. I think that too often, which is why I think I have a problem with elitism so much, too often we become well-to-do black people when we pull ourselves up by our fucking bootstraps, and then we look to the others, and then we want to act like we weren't hood rats before, or we want to act like we don't understand. And that's one thing that I stand on, because I went through a season of that. Like, my dad put me in private school. I'm from Northeast Baltimore City. I lived in the hood, but my dad put me in private school because him and my mom broke up, and he felt like I wouldn't get the support that I needed to actually make it out of Baltimore. So like, the way that he was going to try to help me was to put me in private school. And that was the one thing that like got me outside of my environment. So for the most of the time, I'm in the hood doing hush, but then school hours, I'm subjected to other people and experiencing different cultures and all of that. So that was definitely a privilege for me. And I think one of the things that I was like indoctrinated into as I was growing up is like, I had to suppress the ghetto side of me. I had to suppress my ratchet. I had to suppress like certain things that like felt a little bit more natural and true to where I actually came from, especially as I continue to navigate academic spaces and wind up going to college for pre-med, and I'm a student athlete and I got these scholarships and I'm getting all this notoriety or whatever. Like, I spent so much of my time growing up in like early 20s even suppressing my Baltimore accent so that you would not know where I came from, so that you wouldn't be able to you wouldn't be able to look down on me as a little black ghetto girl. And I appreciate Brisha Webb, she's an actress, for this, because I did a producer shoot for her for my outlet, Create Her Collective, and like in her interview and like in talking to her, she's from Baltimore as well, and she just really helped me fully understand the importance of embracing all of us and not needing to perform and not needing to be this ideal version of blackness, like to exist in all of whatever your colors are. So I lean into that. I'm a very, very intelligent, emotionally aware, self-aware, articulate ghetto girl. Like, I'm gonna give you both. And to watch the documentary and see people's responses to Tyler and to see like how they demonized him, and he literally was just walking in his purpose and his truth the entire time. Like, why you cannot agree with it, why you can feel a way about specific stereotypes being shown, but it's very real. People are really living those. I got problems with that. Like, we are not a monolith. Like, how many times do we have to say that? And just rewatching in those specific segments of his documentary, I was reminded of it, and I was also clued into like, damn, people were really coming for him hard. I remember at Tyler Perry Play Days, once I finally got hold of them and I saw them, I thought they were freaking hilarious. And I didn't even grow up on the Chitlin circuit. Like, I thought that the freaking Medea plays, like, you would get buy the bootleg of the play, not even the movies, the play was an event for the family to sit around and kiki with. So like, no, like, not too much, Spike Lee, not too much. And I, critique and review one of his current shows, Sisters, and I have very strong critiques about it. But it also comes from a place of like walking in the shoes that those women walk in, comes from a place of love and honesty, and speaking of like not from a self-hating perspective. I think a lot of people had criticism for Tyler because they hated themselves as black people, and probably they were living a life and pacifying, certain societal expectations and not able to be themselves. And to see this 6'5" black man from New Orleans living in his truth, not breaking all the damn rules, doing it how he want to do it, sounding how he want to sound, they probably felt the way. And it's like, you need to take it up with Jesus, baby, because that don't have nothing to do with him. I appreciate Tyler Perry for going for his and existing, because he makes it's not easy, but it's easier because he's here. And I didn't mean to get on a soapbox, but like that's part of my feelings around it. I think I should do a video on the documentary because it was really well put together. What does that phrase mean? Which phrase? The malt liquor cinema? Which phrase are you talking about? Tari says, I can actually relate to what he went through after my parents' divorce. We went through the ringer. Yeah. I think my biggest criticism for Tyler right now is like, okay, you've spent the last 17 years writing from your pain and your experiences and your trauma of that particular part of your life. Not that I think that he should abandon those stories, but I do hope to see moving forward more evolution in him, because he kind of has himself in an arrested development of that part of his life and that pain. But like, sir, you didn't become a billionaire. Like, when are you going to start to sprinkle some of your present experiences into your art as well? Not just the things from your childhood and your early 20s when you were just trying to make it. But now that you've made it, like, when are we going to get some of those stories? When are we going to get the perspective and the understanding of all the things that you have learned since breaking through, right? Like, we need more. Especially if, like they said, his work isn't about us, it's about him, which is perfectly fine. But, like, let it be about you in totality, not just about you in some of the worst years of your life. Girl, I said it in somebody, I don't know if that was Spike Lee that said it to him or it was another critique, but basically, like, just poor quality, ghetto, like what you would assume malt liquor, like a 40, like his films are 40s. Like, what? I don't drink 40s. So that can't be it, because I watched Tyler Perry. Yeah. Listen here, that's my kinds of carryings on. Tyler knew that Spike was like criticizing him for years, but he also still respected what Spike Lee has done in the industry and named a whole soundstage on his big ass, historic, iconic studio for him. And you know what that looked like? That looked like Bow Down. Because Spike Lee was there. That's my kinds of carryings on. Giving out haters a front row seat. And like, look, no love lost, babes. You want to shoot a movie? I might give you a discount. I might. Tari says, I appreciated the plays more because they gave me a purpose, especially with the relationships that I went through. And he gave me clear understanding of forgiveness. Yeah, those plays helped a lot of people. They started conversations that we just were not having, honestly. It's so much that we as black people just kind of like brush under the rug, just trying to survive. And his plays really started to confront those things. So if you haven't watched it already, watch Maxine's Baby, the Tyler Perry story. It's a pretty good documentary that details Tyler's life and all he's had to go through. Thank y'all for liking the live, this little low-key chill live. I'm supposed to be working, but I just been sitting here chit chatting and kikiing with y'all. And I'm supposed to be recording. Oh, I already started getting this. Anything else y'all watching? Y'all looking forward to? That it's a wild critique to give. It's like some crazy to say to somebody. Exactly. And it just keeps reverberating in my head. I could not imagine somebody saying that about something I created. Like, it don't have to be your cup of tea, but like, not you calling them malt liquor. Y'all, I might have to get off live so that I can actually get these reviews done. Cause y'all have a great, like, y'all are sparking really great things to talk about that I feel away. So I have a lot to say about. Thank you. Buffoonery. Now listen, I'm not above calling some things that we do as buffoonery, but I usually I reserve that particular word for when we shucking and jiving for the white people and pretending like we're not black and wanting to pacify others. Like, that's not what he was doing. You're fine. I know what you're talking about. That is not what Tyler was doing at all. If anything, he didn't give a damn about anybody else but us. He cared about our laughter. He cares about our tears. He cares about our understanding. He cares about our representation. And if the white people don't get it, then they don't get it. He don't need you any damn way. That's how he was moving, and I respect it. So that is definitely, that's like the opposite of coonery to me. Sasha is so raggedy in Kingdom Business. Sexy Red is buffoonery to me. I don't know if she's buffoonery, because I feel like there's part of us that we might not like it. I'm not gonna do it. Like, my level of ghetto girl don't go that far. I don't go that far. But I do hood my friends every now and again. I do think that we have to create space for the full expression of blackness. And I don't know. My biggest issues with her is not her throwing her ass, and I don't like her lyrics. But I think that she's a trash lyricist. Like, I don't think that she's a solid rapper, and I don't respect. Let me pause this because I actually feel a way about this. I don't respect how pretty girls have been able to, like, decide that they can Dr. Seuss 2 + 2 = 4, and I want some more, throw some more, and now all of a sudden they rappers. Like, I feel like there's skill that is required to be a rapper, to be a lyricist. So my first level of, like, I don't respect you on that level or that industry is if you're a weak ass rapper, and she's a weak rapper. Like, my pink, my booty hole brown. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Even Anita Howard wasn't giving us that. Like, she was talking raunchy, but she's not a rapper. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Kaya, like, it's not that. So I struggle with, girl, no. And I think too many girls these days can come up with a gimmick or a look, maybe sound good, but, like, the lyrics are stupid. Like, Ice Spice, to me, her voice is intoxicated. I do not want to like Ice Spice because I feel like she's more of a gimmick than she is of an actual rapper. But I give it to her because she actually sounds good. Sexy Red don't sound good, and the lyrics is dumb. So it's like, what am I buying into? And then I'm also not one of the girls. I'm not a city girl. Like, I struggle heavily with the heavy amount of content telling us to prostitute ourselves. That's not for me. If it's for you, do your thing, but it's not for me. So I don't struggle with her sexualizing herself or her imagery. I struggle with the weak ass bars, which I think is a very different critique than what most people are critiquing her for. I do think that there needs to be space for ghetto girls and hood girls to be them. But when it comes to like you picking up a spot or taking up space in a specific industry, do your job, learn your craft. Same thing with filmmaking. Like, I study filmmaking. I study screenwriting. I study directors. I go to acting class. Like, I do certain things to make sure I'm good. Like, I can want to be something all day, and I can say I'm something all day, but am I putting in the work to actually be great at it? I think we're living in a day and age where people stop trying to be great at stuff and they're just trying to make money off of stuff, and it's giving us all this mediocre bullshit, and I can't with it. Like, I just can't. So I don't think that she's buffoonery, because I know, like, I grew up next door to girls that like move like her, like that. They are real, and in a lot of ways, like, they don't know nothing else. They this is what they see, and who am I to say that there's something wrong with that? I just know it's something wrong with the weak ass bars. Yeah, and he gave so many black actors opportunities, like, please, Hollywood was sending them. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think that you might enjoy Demetria. Oprah has been catching so much flack and heat lately. Child, I don't know how I feel. But it's definitely worth the watch. And you don't have to be a fan of him to watch it. Like, at the end of the day, the numbers speak for itself. The titles speak for themselves. Like, the work is there. He's done the work. Whether you agree with it, whether you like it, he's done certain amount of work, and he's kicked down certain doors. And that's just a fact. I stopped listening to rap when they made it more about sex and not about knowledge. I feel you on that. And I'm not afraid of listening to some raunchy stuff, but like make it about something. Like, y'all just keep telling me to get this man my punani for some money, and it's like, I don't care about money that much, ma'am. I don't care. I really don't. It's nice to have, but it's not worth that. It's just not. Oh, she spoke at your graduation? Dope. I've met her a few times. The first time I met her was on the press junket for Selma. We came from a different era of music in the 90s. You had to be a real lyricist and singer. And they need to bring that back. Truthfully. I'm tired. I'm tired of the TikTok songs. The songs that's only a hook, and when you get to the actual song, it's trash. That's why I like them girls, Flyanna and the Boss. Because they blew up on TikTok, but then when I actually listened to their song, like, it was bars for the entire 3 minutes. And I was like, y'all are not just a TikTok trend. Like, y'all actually talking about something. Who would have thought? I be wanting to talk about pop culture because I be having opinions about every damn thing, y'all. But I'm like, oh, my channel was about TV and film. But I've been tossing around in my head maybe once a week talking about pop culture things and things that have come out, because Lord knows there's a bunch of that has come out in the most recent weeks, and sharing my perspective about it. I just don't ever want to be a T channel. Like, I don't want that for myself or my brand. I started my blog with being like celebrity news and like reporting, and it's so funny because me and the Jasmine brand like came up at the same time, and she really stayed in that lane, and I was like, I can't do it. Reporting in that way, and like not just being able to report about the good stuff, but like when comes out and like you got to report about some people's lowest moments and horrible decisions, it takes a real toll on you. So I'm glad that I pivoted to ericavane.com to be different, and I feel like I fit a lot better here. But I would love to like talk about more pop culture things from the perspective that I see it, in the context that I have, because I try to tie so much into bigger than like, oh, did you hear the gossip or the tea? Like, what does this mean for somebody's soul? What does this mean for like their family? Like, how did they arrive here? Like, where are they at mentally? Like, those are the type of conversations that I have with myself and with friends when certain things pop up. And I'm like, I wonder if people would be interested in that, but I haven't done it yet. Songs don't be having bridges no more. It'd be literally because they just trying to make a buck. Everybody just trying to make a buck, and they taking the art out of art, and it's pissing me off. Maybe do pop culture things that happen for the month. Yeah, like here and there, very sparingly. Hey, Haley's boyfriend shutting businesses. Who? Um, DDG? What business he shut down? What he doing? It's so funny because I used to watch his channel like faithfully. So it's so funny to see where he is now. What did DDG do? Is that what y'all talking about? Or are we talking about Holly Berry? Chloe Haley or Holly Berry? Well, I don't know who Holly Berry's boyfriend is, so because she's getting a divorce, I think. Yeah, she does really great. Lectual media. She does I think it's intellectual media. She does a lot of it's like the light skinned girl with the fro. She does amazing video essays. I watch a lot of YouTube, y'all. Like I watch a lot of television and film, but I watch a lot of YouTube too. Like I love video essays. Like I like her. I like T Noir. I like FD the Signifier. They all do like video essay style stuff. On a lot of pop culture things, but then they do research and they like tie it to other stuff, and it's a very interesting watch. A lot about racism, Lord. She does a really good job. She works hard at it. I was first introduced to her before she's like got as big as she is now because she used to create content for Black and Sexy TV back in like 2015, I think 2016. Gone are the days where artistry and talent are valued. We are in a terrible era where the values and morality have taken a back seat to instant gratification. Points were made. Points were made, child. Like even record labels, they're not doing, artist development. They're trying to find people who already have audiences. Like they're trying to turn TikTokers into superstar singers and like Instagram baddies into rappers. And it's like, it's cool that they have a little bit of talent and need a little bit of help. They still need help. Like I love Sweetie Down. I ain't gonna hold you. She's not the best lyricist, but I felt like when she first came out, she had a more solid package. And she was supposed to get better, but she leans more into like the corporate bag, the sponsorship bag, and it is what it is. She's had quite a few singles that I think did pretty well, and I enjoyed them. But I would love to see them invest in her like full on development because she could be a lot better than what she is. But labels don't want to do that anymore. And for me, it's like business is risky. That's a part of it. That's part of business. So if you don't want to take the risks in your business no more, then maybe you shouldn't be in business. Same thing with a lot of these studios that want to lean on all these superhero IP and remakes versus acquiring. Like it's so hard. Like I'm trying to sell right now. I'm trying to sell 2 pilots. And they just aren't biting at original content like they used to because it's not safe. They don't know if it's going, and it's very unfortunate for us all. Lotto has evolved as an artist more than Sweetie, and that should tell you something. That should really tell you something. And I don't know. I struggle with Lotto only because I didn't appreciate that situation with her and Nicki behind the Grammys last year. And I know that Nicki is not innocent. I know that Nicki has some stuff with her, but at her core, Nicki is queen. She's talented. She's a lyricist. And I hate this pipeline that all of these hoes take of like pick a fight with Nicki so that I can get her fans to come and like hate on me and I can ride the train of like, oh, Nicki's beefing with me to get clout to move my career along. Nicki made a very valid point last year at the Grammys. Her song Super Freaky Girl, which I don't like, honestly, like I feel like, well, I got so many damn points about Nicki because she stresses me the hell out. I don't appreciate Nicki creating songs like these other hoes. Like, these girls want to talk about popping their pussy and doing whatever, let them. You are Nicki Minaj. You do not need to get out here and make songs like the rest of these girls. You actually make the market and move the market. These girls have only been able to slide in the way that they have because you were having a baby and doing your thing and living your life, as you should. But like coming back to like give us this goofy stuff to compete with these girls, they are not competition, so stop it. I don't enjoy Super Freaky Girl. She still did her thing. She slid on it, whatever, cool. But it's not my type of song. It's a rap song with melodic elements. No different than Lotto's Big Energy. So when Nicki asked the Grammy committee, like, why was her song Super Freaky Girl declassified and put into the pop charts, but Lotto gets to stay and compete in the rap charts when they are very similar songs, very similar tones, that's a very real thing. And for Lotto to go into her Karen bag because her mama's white, and it's not trying to be shady to white people, but there's a certain level of privilege that come with that. And it's different if you biracial and you have a white mama versus a black mama. I felt like Lotto took that moment to lean into her Karen part of her mama and throw this tantrum as if Nicki had no grounds to make that simple question and analogy. And then you want to pull out recorded audio that you have, a conversation that you had with Nicki when you used to pray. It just felt so whack and weird, and it gave me Karen energy. And ever since, I haven't been able to like fully rock with her. But she is developing. You are seeing her grow. You are seeing her invest in her performances. You're seeing her learn dance moves. You're seeing her better stage presence and all of that. And it's like, I want that for these girls. But Lotto, like, I didn't like how she handled that. And I think that these girls get away with the fact that Nicki has this image of being a mean girl and being this and being that. And even in cases where she's valid, they play into that and then they flip it. So then Nicki don't get that she's actually old, because they're leaning into this industry thing. And then when you think about what Nicki is suffering through, again, she's not innocent, but she has suffered through the fact that the industry, and specifically labels, advocate against her and are against her. There is a very real Nicki Minaj hate train. And it's only because they're not able to make money off of her like they're able to make money off these girls. Nicki owns all of her stuff. She owns her catalog. She owns this. She owns that. So they have no incentive to push for her to win certain awards and push for her to get certain things because they're not getting a piece of that pie when she makes these different moves. But these other hoes that have signed 360s and then got this and then got that, they are pushed even though they're not as talented, even though their music is not as good, because the people, the powers that be, get a cut when they make it. And I don't like that. Because at the end of the day, I want talent to trump everything. That's just my little, I feel like that's one of my Roman empires, y'all. And I don't speak publicly about Nicki because I think these new age barbs have lost their goddamn minds. And I think that Nicki has leaned into a lot of problematic decisions and problematic language, and it's not perfect. But I will never not have respect for this woman, for her talent, and for what she was able to do coming into the industry the way that she did. I have beef with her about how things went down with her and Lil' Kim, because above her is Lil' Kim for me. It's Lil' Kim, Nicki Minaj. The rest of you hoes, I see. Sorry, I just went on that tangent. Nicki came at a time in my life where, you in your, late teens and you in your 20s and she's popping and she out here talking with these men and standing 10 toes down and like I felt like all of her music just gave me a certain level of confidence. Even her alter egos, like it helped me cultivate different parts of myself that weren't necessarily free at the time to be fully expressed in every situation that I was in. Because again, I've been a science student pretty much my whole life. I've been an athlete my whole life. I've had to be a certain way to excel in specific spaces. But I love that Nicki represented being able to be kooky and free and confrontational, but then sexy and smart and like witty. So Nicki will always have like a very interesting place in my heart for how she helped me accept pieces of myself and like amplify those. You still listen to Salt and Pepper? And I mean, and that plays into it too. Like different people creating different music has become soundtracks of people's lives. So like, again, I don't typically speak about Nicki publicly because it's just so much drama that comes with it. But a lot of her music is soundtracks to very specific moments in my life. That's also why I'm having such a problem with Aubrey. Like Aubrey, I was such a Drake fan, and like having to give him up, like I do it, and I did it ever since her loss because I didn't appreciate him saying that Megan lied, and from there was like cold turkey Drake. But I stopped listening to even his past stuff, and then like a couple months ago, I started, before he released his last thing, 2 things ago, I was like, okay, I'll go back and I'll just listen to his older stuff and not listen to his little misogynistic stuff, because there's so many of those songs that just, again, were soundtracks to very important moments and relationships and circumstances in my life, and they still hit. But now it's kind of like Aubrey, because I don't know what you got going on, sir, but it ain't cool. We are tired of remarks, child. Wait, what remarks? But we keep giving the money and views so they will never die of fear. I ain't giving it to them. These little new girls, like I ain't bought a City Girls nothing. And no shade, because Carisha Please, I actually catch clips of her little podcast or whatever. But like the only City Girl stuff that I had listened to was like they were on Nice for What for Drake, and like if they're featured on something. But I ain't bought a City Girls album. I don't listen to City Girls on my Spotify. And it's no shade to them, because I actually think that JT is a solid rapper, which is wild. Not wild, but like that's cool. I don't give my money or my attention to people who I don't actually align with or agree with. Like Erica is listening to old I'm listening to Rihanna, Drake, Big Sean, Wale, J. Cole, and most likely not newer stuff. Lil Kim, Avant. Like when the whole Surviving R. Kelly era was happening and the show was coming out and these people were like, I'm never giving up R. Kelly. I was like, that's easy. Like it was always Avant for me. Aaliyah. Like that's what I listen to. I'm not really big on jumping on a bunch of these new people. Like the newest person I'm like now not obsessed with, but like ride for, Megan. So that's who my top 3 are. Lil Kim, Nicki, and then Megan is right under her. And you know what? Okay. Cardi, I guess, would be number 4, but like Cardi, I like her package more than just her being a rapper, because I don't think that she's like a really great rapper. Like she gets goals written for. She sounds cool. Like I think that maybe Ice Spice is trying to be Cardi, maybe. Because, anyway. I don't mind Cardi. Like her first album was great, but I think that Cardi maybe should never release another album if she can't give us that first album energy and just single her way out of the rest of her career. Like, cause I don't need another Cardi B album in all honesty. I'll be fine. Oh, Tari, not that I still listen to R. Kelly, babes. God bless you, honey. I wouldn't be able to do it, babes. It's too much that came out with that. And so much of my consumption is tied to like my social political views. Like I can't bring myself, like that's why I'm like Drake, I don't listen to him, because like you a whole misogynist incel. Like, you don't like women. You resent us. How am I going to bop to this? And, like, I can't listen to anything R. Kelly because I see all his victims whenever I hear his voice, whenever I hear his name. But again, I also was an Avant girl. But I'm not judging you, babes. I'm not judging you at all. You do what you gotta do. I'm very intentional about things. So, like, a good example of that would be, I don't know Nas X from Sam. I know he had the Old Town Road song, which wasn't really my cup of tea, but I was like, go, shorty, go, like, do your thing. I'm not gonna listen to it, but I'm glad you're getting your shine. That Monte Negro, whatever that song was, where his video, he was popping his seat on a version of the devil in some Nikes. I immediately went to Spotify and blocked him. I don't know any of his music. I don't listen to any of it. I don't watch anything. Because no, we're not popping vagina, bussy, whatever it is. We're not popping it on the devil and glorifying it. I just gave up Doja Cat because apparently she wants to do all type of satanic girl, you can have it. You can have it. I ain't going to be able to do it. I love the Lord. I ain't going to be able to do it. It's just certain songs. I feel that. I think some people can't give up I Believe I Can Fly. Keith Sweat, Backstreet, Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall, child, you might got toss his ass. Y'all, they are clearing house right now. These DV victims, the sexual assault victims, they are clearing house. I saw a clip of him talking about how big his you-know-what is and how these girls need to grovel at his feet or whatever. I was just like, no, sir, no. Black people got no safe space. We got to create it for ourselves, honey. Create your own safe spaces. Shoot, mine is with y'all, where I give my attention to. Being able to chat with y'all, that's definitely a safe space for me. My home, my hikes, my bike rides, doing the things that pour into me, and actively ignoring the shit that don't align, don't make me feel good, don't make me think things that I want to think, don't make me feel things that I want to feel. Like, and I'm not saying avoid things that push you and challenge you or whatever, because I do scary things, hard things. But like the stuff that inherently feels negative and not hard, negative, actively avoid that shit. Intentionally avoid that shit. Intentionally, like, nah, we ain't gonna be able to do that. There's certain things that, like, my family knows Erica is not going for it. So don't call her about it, okay? She not doing it. And I love that for me. Because you're right. It's very hard. We'd be hard pressed to find a safe space. So we got to create them for ourselves. Child, sorry, I'm about to have to get out of here because I got to go record. I've loved this though, y'all. We've been on here for 2 hours. I did not expect it, but we have. And I just finished getting all my little screenshots for this episode of Kingdom Business, so I gotta go record. Got my little notes right here. It's time for me to go do my job. Thank y'all so much for kicking with me for this low-key live, this chill live. I appreciate y'all. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And Aubrey needs to grow up. He seems to be stuck at the age of a teenager. It happens to a lot of child stars, unfortunately. But it's also like he's regressing because you spent the first like 5 albums of your career praising women and loving women. Now you done got a whole bunch of goofy ass homeboys and you want to act like we the devil? Aubrey, stop it. Those are the men who are actually like, anyway, I'm not even going into that, but maybe I do need to have more pop culture conversations. I'm gonna figure out a way to do it in my own little vibe, so I don't give T-channel, but we give intellectual dissection of what the hell's going on with a little bit of emotional intelligence sprinkled on top. Yes, we finna do it. I appreciate y'all. Happy holidays. Do something that makes you happy and smile this weekend if you haven't already. And if you have done it, do something else. Do another thing and another thing. I think I'm going to go live for Kingdom Business on Monday. So look out on the community tab for that. If you're watching Kingdom Business, once I finally watch the episode, also get into the Discord because I'm going to post my thoughts initially into the Discord for Kingdom Business. So that you at least have my initial thoughts there before we go live. Yeah. That's all I got, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Have a good night.